Alrighty, so I'm going to be putting this video out as soon as the patch goes live because this is when the event sort of starts to take place, but they are going to be doing a Grand Cross tournament on the global version of the game, which is cool. They announced one for the JP and Korean side during, I think, one of their patch notes a little while back, but it's basically just going to be between a lot of the top players. They did do a tournament previously, I think it was either 2 or 3 years ago at this point, between a lot of different content creators and everything, which was kind of cool, but this time they're actually picking a lot of the character or players that are in like the very top brackets of PvP and just like accounts and everything, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I do know Gon. I have sort of showcased characters with him before, which was really, really cool. And I'm kind of sort of familiar with I'm Not OP'd. I assume that you maybe have seen him from time to time. He's normally the person who ends up getting, I assume, the #1 rank in ungeared PvP, so he's a lot of the times on the little statue podium in the Visal Fight Festival. That's the only reason I know the name, but as far as I know, I don't think I've talked to any of these other players before, but you have 2 people from Denied. I'm Not OP'd is in Kaiju. We have Wonder Guild, Valhalla, Asylum, Seven Knights. I'm very familiar with Zenith, Denied, Wonder, and Kaiju. I'm not as familiar with the other ones. Valhalla and Asylum are probably the ones that I know the least of, and the Seven Knights Guild, I have definitely seen them before, but I don't know anybody in that guild particularly. But pretty interesting little setup they have here. They're basically just going to be putting together 5 teams. The enemy's going to ban 1 team, and then I think they pick the other 3 teams that they're going to be participating with at random. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it is very, very interesting. It is actually taking place on the 24th. I assume they will be streaming it on their YouTube channel or something, if I had to guess. But I'm actually pretty interested to see who ends up winning the whole thing. But yeah, basically the way this event is going to work is the people who are competing in the tournament are actually going to be competing for a really large diamond count prize. Top player gets 4,000 gems, which is actually insane. And then for the regular players who are not obviously participating, you are going to be able to see an icon in-game starting tomorrow, which as of the time of this coming out, it should already be live. You'll be able to click on this icon on the phone only. It does not work on the PC version. They have a little disclaimer there. Just kind of like the banner votes and stuff that they do in the game sometimes for like big anniversaries and stuff. You're basically just going to click on that. It's going to bring up a web page, and you're going to be able to vote for the player that you want to win or who you think will win. And depending on how many wins that player gets depends on how many rewards you're actually going to receive once the event is over. So I think it's just kind of a cool little ways to sort of, I don't know, show off PvP, I guess, with some of the really top tier players, and at the same time you're going to be able to sort of vote and get rewards depending on who wins. So I don't know, just wanted to kind of get this out there and let you know, like, hey, make sure that you at least log in on your phone at some point in the next four days or so that way you can actually vote on this thing. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot of these people. I guess personally just going to vote for Gon because I actually know him, and he's a cool dude, and I don't know, I'm pretty confident that he could at least win a couple of games at the very least. If not, maybe he can win the whole thing. I don't really know how well stacked the rest of these accounts are, but if they're all really top players, I would imagine they're all really good. So I don't know, just completely up to you. I really wish that there was a little bit more info, I guess, like, just because these are top tier players doesn't mean that you know anything about them, I guess, as from a regular player's point of view. So it's pretty much just going to be you voting for someone at random and hoping that they win the tournament, I guess, so that way you can get max rewards. But at least with the content creator side of like the tournament that they used to do, you were familiar with those people and you could sort of vote for who your favorite was. But I think most players just don't really know anything about the top players because it's not like, you know, any of them are like, you know, YouTubers or anything like that. So I don't know. It's just kind of a weird aspect in that part. But either way, feel free to vote so that way you can get some free rewards at the very least. You know, like I said, you do get stuff even if your person wins no matches at all, which is still pretty good. You get a couple SA coins and some SSR pendants, which is cool. But yeah, obviously trying to shoot for the highest rewards, I guess. So feel free to vote. I will, you know, probably be watching the tournament. I don't know if we'll be live streaming or anything, but yeah, it could be a good time. So either way, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys later.